Now to a special announcement. This is my last newscast with KCEN. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry here. My next journey is waiting for me in Jacksonville, Florida. In January, I will be reporting for our sister station, First Coast News. It's been such a bittersweet day. These 2 years have flown by. Thank you so much, Central Texas, for inviting me into your homes and trusting me as a young journalist fresh out of college. Tonight, we have a special newscast for all of you planned. For this show, our producers wanted to share with you some of our favorite stories. As a journalist, I saw firsthand how the community rallies around their people who need it most. We met Diane Yates of Cameron last year. She asked our Six Fix team for help after she paid a contractor $60,000 to fix her home. But instead of repairs, her home was torn up. After watching our story and sharing her frustration, another contractor contacted us, offering to build her a new home. We got them in touch, and the rest is history.
It's just more than I ever dreamed of. At night, after I had been scammed, and I would lay there at night and I would think, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Before Otis came forward, I said, I can't stay here. And I just cried every night.
Now, she was able to move into her new home at the beginning of the year, thanks to Otis Foster with T&O Services and community fundraisers. And this fall, I witnessed another Six Fix success. After being at a standstill for years, TxDOT fixed the Heidenheimer Bridge along FM 436 after we got in touch. When it was complete, I met up with locals who were thankful we brought attention to it. Go ahead and take a look. Back in March, Ronnie Wilcox and his wife Candace spoke with 6 News about the unfinished FM 436 bridge project in Heidenheimer.
We drive by this, if not daily, every other day, and it's just disappointing. Don't look like it's ever going to be done.
2 years ago, this project was at a standstill.
Right.
Did you think this was ever going to get completed?
No, we did. We figured it would some year, 2 years. Goodness gracious, it's finally done.
6 News pressed for answers on the holdup.
When we reached out earlier and got in touch with Channel 6 and they did an investigation on it, they got hold of TxDOT, they got a contractor to work on it and everything.
A new contractor resumed construction in April.
It was just a disaster area before, and they finally got all that covered. And the bridge is safe now. There's no points on it where anybody can get hurt. Cars can't fall off.
The Wilcox family tells me they were shocked to see it finished.
I told my husband, honey, I think the road's open. And he said, what? Wait a minute, turn around and go back. So I had to turn the car around, went back, we drove over, went over the bridge, and everything was open. And we were just like, oh my God, we can go over the bridge now.
The days of taking dangerous detours are over for the Heidenheimer community.
We greatly appreciate Channel 6 and the entire team, and especially Sydney Dishon, for staying on top of this and continuing the coverage of this.
This was such a special story. Remember, 6 News is always here to help. If you have a problem for a Six Fix, you can send our team an email. That's at sixfix@kcentv.com. And while here at KCEN, I met the incredible and kind people who just wanted to tell their story. And this next one was no different. Last fall, I was able to see a World War II veteran live out his lifelong dream of being a high school graduate. Here's that heartwarming story.
I'm very grateful today for today.
Inside the doors of Lampasas High School, you will find students in awe as their fellow classmate is graduating.
Education is very important.
Receiving his high school diploma at 96 years old is something Lupe Dimas has been waiting for.
I don't figure I get to this point at my age.
And his daughter is just as excited to share this moment.
It can go right up there with all 4 of my siblings and 5 including myself. We're so excited.
This all happened because of a conversation with the Lampasas County Sheriff in 2021.
In my visits with him, I learned that one of his biggest regrets was that he never went to school and never received his high school diploma. He was taken out of school at the age of 3rd grade and then was drafted into World War II war, where he served our country for 4 years. And then his tour of duty ended. He then joined the National Guard and he served for 28 years.
Just 6 weeks ago, his family says he only had a couple of days to live. Through the power of prayer, he made a comeback. Jess Ramos then knew he wanted to do something special. That would be fulfilling the dream Dimas always had in his heart.
I can't put it in words. I can just tell you that I'm glad it happened. A high school diploma is just the start of many things that can open all kinds of achievements.
What are you going to do now that you have your diploma? What are you going to do now?
I want to go teach high school.
We're so proud of him. I remember that like it was yesterday. And I also remember standing in the rubble this past May after tornadoes touched down in Temple. Tonight we take a look back at a story of survival. A Temple man recalled the scary moment when the storm picked up his truck and tossed him across the road.
You're a goofball, dude.
Meet Ryan and Asher Lemer. They are father and son. It was about a week ago when Asher almost lost his dad.
I didn't realize how high in the air I really was. So yeah, seeing it up above the power lines was pretty crazy.
Ryan's truck flying through the air. He was stuck in an EF2 tornado.
While I was in the air, I kind of hit my head into the door frame once, and then I hit it twice, and I started to see stars. And so I just told myself, like, you can't lose consciousness.
Ryan believes he flew over multiple lanes.
I shoved my legs up into the wheel, and I grabbed the wheel and tucked my neck. And probably about a second later, the truck landed and slid.
He later landed in a bank parking lot.
So I pulled myself out the back windshield of the Ford. I rolled out from under, and I just happened to look up, and about maybe 20, 30 feet away, the bank entrance had been completely ripped off. So I was able to run inside the bank. And it's crazy because I don't think I could have gotten into any other building on West Adams.
Ryan was supposed to take his son home when the storms hit. Asher's car seat was found and all the debris outside.
His car seat flew about 30 feet from the truck.
Oh, yeah.
So if he'd have been sitting in it, he said he'd have just jumped out of the truck anyways. And I was like, oh, that's also a bad idea.
I would have turned that into the truck.
He would have done anything to survive just like his dad. Now the two are back home together again and feel blessed to have made it through something like this.
Dad just got lucky.
Yeah, that's been his go-to all week is Dad just got lucky. I told him when he got here, I was like, you know, Dad's stronger than a tornado. He was like, you just got lucky. I was like, okay, cool. I don't get to be cool about this, not even for a minute.
Love that story. It just shows how strong our Temple community is.